Okay. 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 I think we're ready. I think we're ready. Hey guys, long time no see. Okay, the date is December 10th. I made that last video November 19th, I think. Yeah, so it's been quite a month. It's been quite a month. I have not strictly stuck to this, so it's not the most, not the best check-in that I'm gonna be doing, but I wanted to do a check-in anyways because I have been doing stuff and I did kind of go through the tasks and stuff here and there. So I kind of just did want to check in a little bit. But before I do that, I just want to do a little quick rundown of what has been happening. So November 19th, which is kind of the weekend I started this, that Monday, I ended up getting sick. My mom was in New York. She was sick too. I thought it was from her, but it turns out that I got it from when I went to Philly. And then she got better. I was still sick. I started feeling a little better. And then boom, 2 days later, I got sick again with a sickness that was worse than the first one. And then after I got sick with that for a little bit, then I was feeling a little better, like a day or two, and then boom, I get pink eye. And then I go get checked out, I have strep. What? So that same night, or no, like a night or two later, my mom is like, oh, I'm feeling itchy in my throat. Keep in mind, she was already sick. She wakes up the next day, like, beat up. Like, she feels horrible. So we immediately go to urgent care, because we're like, we're going to kick this, from the jump. Like, we're not letting this drag out, like our last ones. And it turns out she got COVID, which we don't know how she got COVID, because she was home for so much. We assume she got it from work, though. But then it was so nerve-wracking, because she got COVID, and the day after was my dad's knee surgery. So we were like, okay, if he ends up getting COVID, he's not going to be able to get this knee surgery. But the knee surgery is, covered, not covered completely, but like covered mostly by our insurance, because it's the end of the year. And he would have to wait like a whole another year to be able to like afford getting the surgery for his knee. So we were like, fuck, like we were like really freaking out. But all went well. He ended up getting surgery. Because he tested negative. My mom isolated. I started getting better. I ended up having to take care of both of them simultaneously because my mom was isolating and my dad was recovering from knee surgery. So I had to, I had to take care of them both because my sister was just started working and she didn't want to get sick, so she was at her boyfriend's place. So yeah, so it's been quite a rough month-ish, but we made it out. Finally, my dad's doing good, my mom's negative and good, I'm great. So now I can actually get back into my plan for this whole thing. But I did want to kind of preface with that why this took so long. This is more for me and like my archives, so this is more me telling me why I wasn't consistent. Granted, I could have been consistent, but I was busy and sick and everything. Like I couldn't. Anyways, whatever. I'm just making excuses for myself. But anyways, so it's been about 20 days since I started this, and I did a total of 6 morning pages. 6 morning pages sessions, I guess. I did the full morning pages, except for on Thanksgiving, because I was distracted with my little cousins and they would not let me have the peace of mind to be able to write for 3 pages straight. And that kind of leads into the check-in from the book. So at the end of each week, I guess there's a check-in. I'm going to try to be as raw as possible with this because I realized that the last video I did was very jump cutty, very commercialized, very whatever. And the aim here isn't for the public. It's for myself and for my archives. So I'm going to try to be as raw, I guess, as I can. Very minimal jump cuts, if any. I'm kind of just gonna speak and post and whatever. But anyways, so for the check-in for week 1, it goes, the first one is, how many days this week did you do your morning pages? So like I said, I've been busy and preoccupied and stuff like that. I only did 6 days out of 20 days. That's more than, what I mean. Like this whole 20 days I've been working on week 1 because I didn't want to move on to the next one until I made this video. And that's why I'm making the video now, because even though I'm not like fully, I didn't fully go through week 1, I'm just going to make it so I can move on, do my check-in, move on. Go on to week 2 because I feel like if I stay stunted, I'm never gonna continue. But anyways, so they say 7 out of 7. I hope. How was the experience for you? See, honestly, I enjoy journaling and talking and journaling and writing down my emotions and feelings and ideas and stream of consciousness and stuff like that. But writing, like the method of me doing that, being writing, is so difficult for me because I feel like my brain, it thinks too fast. It thinks faster than my hand can write. So I'm writing and I'm trying to write down and I'm like 10 words above, in front of where my hand is writing, if that makes sense. Because I mean, when I make videos, I literally just spit. Like I just I was gonna say freestyle, but what's the word? I literally stream of consciousness it. I just talk and just let whatever comes out come out. But with writing, it's like my hand gets cramped up. Like I can't write fast enough. So, and that's another thing. I want to stop saying and like. So this is another reason why I'm doing this, because I eventually want to be camera ready when I get a mic. Well, I have a mic, but like the mic that I want is like $400 or something like that. So once I get enough money to be able to get that mic, I want to be camera ready so I can start a podcast. Also, I look crazy, but that's okay. That's okay. But anyways, so yeah, I don't want to say like or anything, so I'm really gonna try to not do that. But anyways, okay. So the next part of the check-in was it asked about the artist date, and it says, did you do your artist date this week? Yes, of course. We always hope. Oh yes, of course we always hope. And yet artist dates can be remarkably difficultly. What the hell did I just say? And yet artist dates can be remarkably difficult to allow yourself. What did you do? How did it feel? So, like I said, I was very sick. It was very difficult, couple weeks. But I did do something by myself. I was supposed to go to... So Beyonce came out with Renaissance, a film by Beyonce, the movie. And I was supposed to go... I got 2 tickets when they first dropped. Just hoping I was going with someone, and then I was really trying to go with my one friend, but that fell through. So I ended up going by myself, and I'm actually really happy I went by myself, because I mean, I would have had I wish he came, but I'm not mad that I went by myself, because I was actually able to experience the public, like a public event by myself, which I've always been nervous about and scared about, because I don't know, being alone, I'm very socially anxious, so being alone, I'm just like constantly afraid of judgment and stuff like that. But to face that fear, why not do that during a Renaissance movie? You know what I mean? Like I feel like that is the most inclusive space that I could be in, that I have the opportunity to experience. So I did it, and it was actually so fun. I got dressed up, not really dressed up, like I wore this jacket, I wore this hoodie I'm wearing right now, and I'm like, maybe I'll post a picture, I don't know, of what I was wearing, but it was cute. It was a cute little light thing, but I had so much fun. And it was at a recliner movie theater where the armrest lifted up, so I lifted it up and I had like basically a sofa for myself, basically like a love seat for myself. But yeah, it was so much fun. But I noticed that I was really nervous. Like obviously I knew I was gonna be nervous, but I was like really nervous. Like I waited in my car, I had to like talk myself up to be able to go inside.
Oh God, I'm scared! Okay, I'm about to do it. I'm doing it! Fight! I'm going all the way! Shut up!
But I went inside and I just tried to be as confident as possible, and I always think about the thing that's like, things are only embarrassing if you make them embarrassing. So I went inside and I just, you know, some people don't know what to do when they're not on their phones, like, and they're just like alone, whatever. But I really think like, if I just, you know, my workaround for that is just observing my environment. Like I'm reading things, I'm looking at things, I'm like seeing how things are placed, I'm looking at people, like I'm just observing. So I that was kind of my workaround for that. But I, you know, kept going, I did what I had to do. I am very, but like also when I was speaking to people, I feel like I was very timid. I was very like softly spoken. I was very like, oh yeah, no, that's fine. Like very Ariana Grande. Like I feel like. And I feel like when I'm talking to my friends, like, or like when I'm in a comfortable situation, I'm just not like that. But that's normal, I feel like. whatever, something to work on, I guess. But it's cool that I was able to notice that. And I also noticed that I have kind of nervous, not tics, it's not, but like my go-to things when I'm nervous, and that's having something in my mouth. Because if I have something in my mouth, I have no reason to be talking. So I had a drink, and I was chugging it. And I drank the entire large Slurpee before the movie started. So halfway through that movie, I was like, my bladder was about to bust. But I had to just chuck it through because I was not missing any part of that movie. I don't know when it's coming out on Netflix. And it was just a vibe. It was an experience. So, yeah, so much fun. But I did notice I was nervous. I noticed that I even had trouble looking to the person next to me, even though me and her did have a little moment. When we did the mute challenge, it was like, look around, everybody on mute. And then it was like muted. But then someone in the front had to say something. But the girl next to me, I don't remember what she said. She said, "Well, I think we would have won if it wasn't for him," or something like that. It was cute, and we just started laughing. And then the guys to the right of me were just also very up and really into it. I was really up and into it kind of, but from a conservative standpoint because I was nervous. But then at the end of the movie when they played My House, everyone was like, "What is this? I love this. When is this coming out?" And that's exactly what happened. Like the person in front of me was like, "I want to know when that's coming out." I was like, "Right, like when is that coming on Spotify?" Thankfully it came out the next day. But I was still able to have that interaction and the interaction with the lady next to me, and I feel like, like it made me realize that people aren't that scary. Like people aren't as scary as I make them out to be. Like I feel like I'm very nervous and scared of the public and of people, and I think everyone's just like evil and everyone's like gonna judge me. But it's nice putting yourself in experiences and situations and positions where you can speak to people and not rely on anybody, and you can really experience for yourself how people are, because it's like exposure therapy. You realize that people aren't that bad. But yeah, I don't know, that's why I feel like I was kind of a sheltered kid growing up, so I feel like that played a lot into it, because my mom was also anxious and my dad was kind of a hermit, so I feel like that played into a lot, and I didn't really get to experience like a multitude of social interactions. But that's okay, I'll figure it out. I'm working through it. But yeah, so that's what I learned through the artist date. What else? Okay, so it says, were there any other issues this week that you consider significant for your recovery? Describe them. And not necessarily. However, when I came back from there and I look in the mirror and I realized that my eye was red, and then it started progressively getting worse throughout the night, and I realized I had pink eye. I was so pissed because I was supposed to go out the next day with the friend that I was supposed to go to the movie with initially. I was going to go with him near him, and we were going to go with another friend, and it was about to be like, here, whatever, we're about to have fun. I feel like my face is so dry. I feel like my face is always dry when I'm making these videos, but if you see skin, whatever. But yeah, I had pink eye. I was like, I can't go if I have pink eye. And then I found out I had strep too, and I was like, oh wow, okay. Yeah, so I definitely can't go with pink eye and strep. So I was really mad, and that was kind of something out of my control that I had to cancel. And I feel like it's weird because I feel like things usually go my way. Like, not saying that I always get things my way, because I don't by any means, but I feel like in the smaller cases, like, I think, like, my sickness is usually, I usually don't have to cancel things because I'm sick, you know what I mean? Or last minute things don't happen like that. That just, like, completely fuck my plans, usually. Or maybe more specifically, if I really want to do something, which is not often. Usually when plans fall through, I'm like, okay, like, that's okay. Because I like being alone, and I like doing things like that I want to do. But I'm usually not in a position where I'm like, okay, this fucking sucks. Bitch, I prayed that night. I was like, I'm not the religious type, but I was like, please don't make this pink eye, or please make this all go away by tomorrow, like, so I can go to this movie. Like, I was so upset, but it got to a point where I really had to, like, accept that was not the case, and that it wasn't gonna happen that way. But it's okay, because his brother ended up going with him, so, like, I ended up giving my ticket to his brother so they could all enjoy it, so he can enjoy it as well, because I already saw it, so I guess it's not like the worst thing in the world. But really accepting kind of things not going my way was it was a new thing. But also realizing that things pass and things are never as serious as I make them out to be. Like, I was so upset. I was going through like serious emotions about that. But it was like, it wasn't even things not going my way. I think it was being piled on because I was already sick and then I got sick again. And then this being my third time being sick and it also messing up my plans. I think all of that together, I was just tired. Like, I was just like overwhelmed and tired and I just wanted to be over with. But yeah, I don't know. I just realized that this is literally like a therapy session. Like, I just realized that I do not shut the fuck up. Like, when I am in my therapy session, it's a talk fest. Like, I'm talking almost the entire time because this is literally what it feels like. Oh my god, that's insane. But anyways, what other things were things? Okay, some tasks that were from this week was, oh, I also rearranged my room. Like, it's really cool. Like, I finally was able to get this like mirror here, which I've been struggling to find a place to put this mirror, to see my full body because it's always blocked by something. Because my room's not that big, so I've been having to really try to rearrange a lot of stuff. But yeah, that also came out. I mean, it wasn't a struggle, but it was a positive thing that came out of that week that I started this. But from the task that I was supposed to be doing, or that they gave me to do, it was basically about, it was like, look for 3 old enemies of your creative self-worth. And I didn't really think this one through. I didn't really do this one, to be honest, but I feel like a lot of it is my parents, but it's not even like enemies. Like, I feel like they support me a lot and when I create things, but if I'm talking about creating things or, you know, preparing to create things or you know, whatever, not that it's not supported, but it's not like engaged with as much. Like, I have to actually do something and have it be created and then show them, and then they'll be like, oh my god, this is amazing, like, this is so cool, yada yada yada. But if I'm like, okay, so I'm thinking about like this, or I really want to do this, they're like, yeah, cool. I'm like, dope. Like, I don't know. I wish I had a little more support in my life when it came to stuff like that, or engagement. I feel like I'm always going to other people and asking like how have you been creative recently? Like, but no one really like cares, I guess. I don't know. It's not that no one cares. It's like, I guess that's just not what's on people's mind. But I guess that's just the people in my life. I bet there are people out there who are like me, who like, I don't know. I'm just so engulfed, I guess, with wanting to be creative and stuff and like things like that. But it's so hard for me to actually get from point A to point B. And I think I mentioned this in the first video, but it's just like not knowing how to get there is stunting me so hard, and it feels like I'm floating in life right now because I don't have a job. Like, I mean, I have a job, but I don't have like a official proper job, and I don't want an official proper job, even though benefits and stuff like that. But fuck, I don't know. Life is hard in living in America, which is so privileged to say given everything going on right now and given just like everything period. And I'm saying this from with a roof over my head, recording on a camera. Like, I understand that, but like, I don't know, it just feels like it feels like we're in a machine. I mean, everyone says that, but like, it feels like we're literally in a machine. Like, I'm getting to a point in my life where I'm really realizing that, like, I've been knew this, but like, it's really firsthand affecting me deeply, and I'm like, fuck. Like, there are some things, like, even in regards to like bigger thing that's going on outside of America, there's nothing I can do, and it hurts. It literally hurts me. But then we're fed into like Twitter conversations or social media conversations or even conversations with people in real life where it's like they don't understand that, or not even that they don't understand that they don't care enough to learn about what's happening or be self-aware enough to understand what's happening, even in their own country, that's happening to them, that they're experiencing. And they just like are willfully like ignorant to it because they're just like, that's just how it is. Why is that how it is? So I don't know. That's the point in my life I'm at right now, and I'm trying to figure a lot of shit out. But I don't even know where I was going with that. Yeah, whatever. Those are the enemies. And they're not really enemies. They're just like things that I remember. That was a struggle to propel my creativity in the future. Now, i.e. now being in the future. But yeah, I don't really want to do the other ones, not gonna lie. Damn, I've been saying hella. But anyways, another one towards the end was Imaginary Lives, which is create 5 other lives. And what could you do? Oh, 5 other lives that I would lead. in, you know, other lives? What would you do in them? And yeah, I said that, well, I didn't say, I'm making it up right now, but I would love to be a painter in another life. I would love to be I want to make music in this life. I want to be a dancer in another life. I want to be a music producer in another life. I want to be I think it'd be really cool to be what's it called? Like a not a non-profit, but I guess like a non-profit, like activist, like a Peace Corps type person, but like that was my life. Like that was what drove me and stuff like that. I mean, because I went to school for environmental science, so I have that piece in me that I want to do that, but I can't dedicate my life to that. I don't know. That's just not my vibe right now. And then in another life, I would be a sports player. I don't know what sport, but I would be a sports player. I can't do that in this one because I'm like a little scared of injuries and stuff like that. I'd also be like a musician. Oh yeah, I'd be a musician. But yeah. Anyways. But yeah, oh my god, what else? I don't know. There's so many things I would love to do. And I didn't even touch the surface. I'd love to be a fashion person. I'd love to make like a clothes brand. I would love to be what's the other one? A socialite. Or investor. I would like to be an investor. I don't know. I can do a lot of these things in this life. It's just that it doesn't drive me. It doesn't give me passion. And I feel like that's huge for me. I don't know, dude. I'm just talking right now. But what's another one? So another task is nothing. So I finished. And that's kind of the end of this. Hopefully this isn't as brutal to edit as my last one was, because my last video was brutal to edit. I'm not even gonna lie. Just because I could not think of what I was gonna say or anything. So the next week that I have is this week addresses self-definition as a major component of creative recovery. You may find yourself drawing new boundaries and staking out new territories as your personal needs, desires, and interests announce themselves. The essays and tools are aiming at moving you into your personal identity, a self-defined you. I need that. I don't know what I want to do, who I want to be. I know I want to do so much, and I want to affect so many people and you know, influence and inspire, but I don't know how. And I don't know how. I know I want to do it through music as one of my modes, but not forever. And okay, wait, it just stopped automatically and I don't know why, but it doesn't matter because it's the end. I hope you have a great day. I can't wait to see you for next week. You being me, but you also being whoever else is watching this. But anyways, okay.